Hey there, guys. What's up? I'm just doing a little intro right now. I want to do a shout out to 5D Warriors of Light. It's a newer channel on YouTube. I just did an interview with them just recently, and we talked a lot about consciousness ascension and uh, and just the nature of our multidimensional essence, and it was a really good video. A lot of good positive energy in that interview between me and 5D Warriors of Light. So I'm gonna leave a link for that interview down below in the description box, and you guys can check that out when you like. And definitely, I'm sure 5D Warriors of Light will resonate with you if you like my channel, and so, definitely subscribe to them if you want to. Now, let me turn this down and start my video. Okay, so that should sound better right there. So this video is about contacting or communicating, making contact with divine beings, with higher up angelic beings. It's none of my business what kind of beings you're trying to communicate with. It's almost like a private thing, so I mean, there's certain experiences, out-of-body experiences, that I do freely share, don't mind talking about and sharing on my channel. And there's certain ones, to be honest with you, there's certain ones that I keep to myself, that I keep private, because the messaging or the experience or whatever the case may be was just very personalized and just directed to me as my own consciousness. So there's certain things we keep to ourselves. I think you guys can understand that, but I mean, I try to share as much as I can, and I will share a lot more in future videos. Obviously, I'm just getting this show is just getting started, folks, ladies and gentlemen. So this show is just getting started. So I'm not even asking you to strap in your seatbelts yet. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway, so this video, let's talk about how to properly and responsibly. Please do not try the information. What I'm about to share. Do not try it if you're not ready or if you don't think you could be responsible with the information. Okay. But I think a lot of you have been talking about this subject and showing some interest, and at least just trying to figure out what my perspective or how I go about how I've had success with communicating with higher up angelic beings, divine beings, etc. So you want to do it while you're out of your human body, first of all. Now you can you can communicate. I mean, higher up beings can communicate with you while you are just in your human body. Will you receive all the data and information though? I guess that's up to the individual. Okay, but obviously it just makes complete sense to attempt communication with certain beings while your consciousness is outside of your human body and you're in the mental plane. So this is what you want to do. You want to get out of your body, however you choose to do that, and you want to go outside of the structure that your physical body's in. So, at least get out of the room, get 25 feet away, 50 feet away from where your physical body is laying during the out-of-body experience. And then it doesn't matter if you're projecting during the daytime or during the nighttime for this to work. All you have to do is just go outside and while you're out of body, make sure you're outside in the outdoor environment, and then just look up at the sky. Now, the sky, as I've mentioned before, when you're in the etheric plane, which is the next dimension out from this 3D or physical plane we're in right now, when you're there, you can see the constellations and the stars, and you can see basically the night sky that you see on a dark, crystal clear night out in like the high desert or something, in the human body if you're camping or whatnot. The way you see that sky at night, you see that sky during night or during daytime during a out-of-body experience. So you can see everything up there, in the sky. And so what you want to do is you want to set the mental intention about even trying to communicate with a certain being or a certain divine being or whoever it may be. You make the mental intention of doing this just over time in general, so it's the energy you're putting out. But once you're actually out of body and you're looking up into the sky, what you want to do is you want to very loudly and just say the name of the being that you're trying to communicate with. So say the name several times, very loud, very strong. Vibrate it out. The better you vocalize your words while you're in, let's say, the etheric body, and you're really, really like screaming and you're yelling, really vocalizing it. You can feel it, the vibrations of it. The better contact you will make with certain beings that you're trying to contact. Or anybody else, for that matter. Even a deceased relative, someone in your bloodline, someone real close to you who's already passed on. You can contact them also. And does it work every time? No, it's not 100% effective, but it is pretty effective. It works pretty well if you practice it and do it correctly. So what you want to do is this is the most important part. So you're looking at the etheric sky and the stars and the constellations, etc., and you're calling out the name of the being you're trying to communicate with. As you're doing that, when you have actually when this being has actually heard you calling its name, you will see a really, really like a burst of light, like looking at the sky, and then you will see a certain star, or it can be really anything. It's just a flash of light. It just gets really, really bright, and it might start flickering, but it definitely the way it pulsates and the way it flashes, it will stand out. Like you will see it. You will notice it. And so when you see where that is, then immediately start levitating off of the ground of the etheric plane. And then, if you're right-handed, like I am, take your right hand and aim the tips of your fingers for where that burst of light is, where that brighter light is manifesting up into the etheric sky. And point it, and let the tips of your fingers help guide you to fly really quickly towards wherever that is. Just because you see that light, sometimes you don't know really how far it is. Sometimes it's not far. Sometimes it's closer than you think. And you get there within seconds. But anyways, so you want to guide your flight and navigation with the tips of your fingers towards wherever the light is. And just fly as fast as you can. So I think the hardest part about this is you'll find that just the flying aspect, really being coordinated with how you actually project through the etheric sky into towards wherever this particular pulsations of light are that you notice while doing this type of communication, while out of body with beings, divine beings, whoever it may be. That's the hardest part. So that's the part where one has to practice that the most. But once you can coordinate yourself with your flight towards the destination, you'll find that once you get there, then it'll become easier and easier. So that's my video on trying to communicate with divine beings or angelic beings, and that's what I suggest doing. Again, be very responsible with this information. It's not for everybody, but I think honestly, with 100% honesty, what I just described is probably the easiest way and one of the better ways of doing it. Because the reality is that it's not easy. It's not very easy to try to communicate with certain spiritual beings or higher up beings, and a lot of times they don't want to even communicate with you in the first place. So anyways, you guys have a wonderful day. Sending you tons of positive energy. Till next time. Peace.